then use lathis without nails below the waist level, and then if at all, if there is large scale violence and people are not dispersing, police personnel not in police uniforms but who are armed. Now these individuals, just please see this. Delhi police in uniform are accompanying this man, allowing him then to unleash violence. We have identified this man as a constable, Hani Dagar. Yesterday, a cop in Bihar used an AK-47
Directly on the crowd.
Manoj, we have annexed the video, the photographs also. There is an admission now by the SP.
Fine, that-
There is now an admission by the SP of that district saying that we have suspended him.
the protests that have been taking place across the country. The states are parties here. So it's not just limited to Delhi. It includes incidents which have happened in Madhya Pradesh, Nagpur, as of yesterday, Bihar, etc. Now, there are multiple incidents that have taken place in the course.
Totally, as we have been able to gather, we broadly in all the petitions, there are some allegations at various also.
Yes,
Someone has given one particular instance within the other petition might be missing.
yes,
But if you broadly combine all these sets of allegations,
yes,
one is the use of pellet guns on account of which a 19-year-old boy, he has suffered loss of eyesight.
yes.
One eye.
Because for your convenience, I have it in a list with the video supporting them.
Take that one.
Somebody can just hand this.
There are other instances of use of electric weapons
Yes,
to disperse the crowd.
correct.
The third is the life-threatening violence resulting in a young woman being admitted to the ICU.
Yes.
There was another instance.
Yes,
Then there are use of pellet guns, electric buttons and lathis embedded with nails,
That's correct.
resulting in permanent disability and some life-threatening injuries. That is
Correct.
instances here. Then assault on advocate, I think that was Mr. Collins referring to.
yes.
Yes, one advocate.
There are two separate incidents of assault on advocates.
Another instance of assaulting of a media person also.
Yes.
Yes,
in
yes,
fact,
yes, madam.
Yesterday it was being displayed also
Yes.
somewhere.
Madam, diary number 4025/2026, especially this writ is for the
Maybe
media
that among
persons.
some people and whosoever they were, they misunderstood him or that's what the statement probably depicting. But whatever that incident has happened,
Yes, it has.
where he has been mercilessly
Correct.
assaulted.
Yes.
That is another instance. Then violence of that is perpetrated by this police personnel in civil dresses.
Yes.
Another case of a young woman being slapped by a male senior police officer without any provocation.
Yes.
And some instances of molestation of young women. And plus now today, Madam Vrinda has pointed out that there is a separate petition being filed.
Yes.
Or excessive use of the pellet guns
Yes.
and probably regarding that some directions also.
There is no.
Yes. So
Your Lordship, may
I'm appearing in item 31 also, which is on behalf of the victims. There are multiple petitions here, which are both PILs and on behalf of the victims. So they're all represented.
Your Lordship,
Yes.
may add
But your lordships have,
category to this.
Everyone is concerned.
just 1 minute.
Lordship, may I just
Everyone is
make a
concerned.
submission?
It is these- they are the victims as such with affidavit.
There all of it need be, but to our mind,
No.
there is no need of further arguments as such, elaborate
Very-
arguments.
very
good.
The reason is very obvious. There was it was completely a peaceful protest, actually initially meant to be,
Yes.
by the students raising their certain demand. And such a protest is absolutely permissible. It is always protected within the constitutional framework.
Grateful. Yes.
There is absolutely no doubt about that.
Yes.
Now, when the protest begins, there are two things can happen. One is that those who want to prevent the protest, they indulge in excessive preventive measures,
Yes.
and that result into violence. That is what precisely the petitions are saying.
Yes.
The other reason can be which the other side, the
Victims being
certain,
police.
family members of the police personnel, they are now telling us.
But they don't have a difficulty registering FIRs. We have a difficulty.
No, would your
That's
Lordship
right.
consent?
They are the police, they can register
They are
themselves.
coming to that part.
Yes.
They can't have any difficulty.
They
because
shouldn't.
But we are only pointing what is their narrative or.
Yes.
the-
Yes,
the-
that's correct. The narrative.
Probably if you go by their version, they want to say that in such type of peaceful protest when it starts or initially commences, there are always uninvited guests.
Yes.
They will enter
Yes.
and they enter with an agenda and very soon they become the co-host. And then
No, your lordships are right. That's absolutely true. When you have
Lordship, I have filed a.
several
video
thousand, that's
where-
going to
where
happen.
67
That's also a
people are
fact.
hounding one police officer. They have actually thrashed him with
Well,
sticks.
we have videos and videos. I don't think there is an.
Lordship will have to add this to your list also.
Can we just
This
hear the
has
learned
to
chief
be
justice for a
determined.
minute?
we are pointing
I'm
out
grateful.
your
I'm
version.
so
We
grateful.
are pointing out your version.
Yes.
We are pointing out the major version of the young students who are suffered injuries or the petitions filed on their behalf, those who are saying that despite such a well-established constitutional right, this is how they have been treated. So there is a allegation based upon instances to make out a prima facie a case of being excesses being committed on them, on the protesters.
Yes.
You are also doing some instances.
Lordships.
Why there should not be an independent probe into this issue?
Yes, sir.
That's,
Yes, Your Lordship.
that's one question. Now, if I can just supplement 2-3 points. I think your lordships have perfectly summed it up. That chart I've handed up with the videos supporting each of those supports exactly those points that we have made. But there are 3 or 4 fundamental points.
That probe, we have something more in mind.
Very well. Very well. But there are 3 or 4 points of
My lord-
serious concern, and those are as follows. Legally, there needs to be an order under section 144 or section 163. We have repeatedly verified the website of the Delhi police. There are such orders for different locations, none for Jantar Mantar, which is where the police protest took place. So that's legal point number 1. Legal point number 2. This is not the first time this court is dealing with this. This court has dealt with this multiple times, including in the Ramlila Maidan, after which standing orders were issued. There are certain protocols to be followed. Those protocols, which include starting with loudspeakers first being used by the police to announce to the unarmed protesters that this is what we are going to do. Then perhaps water cannons, you supply enough water cannons, which I did not have, use that. Then use lathis without nails below the waist level.
Tear gas.
And then, if at all, if there is large scale violence and people are not dispersing, then tear gas can be employed, but not directing it towards the people, but away from it.
That's the
Yes.
reason that yesterday also we observed.
Yes.
The second issue which requires really a very serious thought processing, and for that, both sides, I think, rather everyone,
Yes.
every stakeholder should come out with a positive, constructive suggestion.
Yes.
That
Yes.
there is somewhere that earlier protocol which was suggested by this court in the earlier judgment.
Yes.
That has somehow either with the passage of time, it requires suitable modification.
Yes.
Now, lot of things which are not happening in the conventional manner as it used to be, we need to address those issues also.
Yes.
What kind of tear gas or other things are being used? Now, what stage this thing should be allowed or not at all to be allowed?
Yes.
All these protocol need to be laid down because these agitations in a democracy, these are bound to be.
We
Today,
believe it exists, my lords, but it's been violated.
My lord,
And one
constitutional
further point,
protection
which is, I
must
think, the
extend to
most
every
serious
victim
point here,
irrespective of
which is
ideology.
your
My lord.
lordship
This is one
mentioned
side only.
about the police personnel not in police uniforms, but who are armed. Now, these individuals, just please see this, because these are the photographs.
My lord.
And even the ones who were there, no name tags, no name tags.
Because I'll just develop the point if I may. We have named the individual police with the videos who are responsible for these actions. Number 3, you can see he's dressed in civilian clothes and accompanied the Delhi police. So Delhi police in uniform are accompanying this man, allowing him then to unleash violence. We have identified this man as a constable, Hani Dagar. He is a constable of the Delhi police. On the back page, you will see he was accompanied by Yash Kanwat. Then there is an ASI who broke windows of cars himself. And he is caught on video doing it. Then this gentleman in, yes. No, my lords, I'll tell you what the point is, what a grave concern is.
it might be only sample instances.
Maybe, but
There may be
there
more
is,
happening.
there is something further up where the rot is. That these people behaved with a license. Now, even if somebody goes after them and takes disciplinary action, etc., which is what we are asking for, we want responsibility to be placed up the ladder, my lords. Unless this court does that, police think they can get away with things like this.
That is what we are trying to indicate, that once the protocol is fixed, and then we find that there is a violation of that protocol, or that how the authorities A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z,
Yes,
whosoever has committed excesses,
yes,
whosoever has taken law in hand, and whosoever has committed atrocities completely on the innocent people,
yes,
whatever may be the size,
yes,
the law must take care of them.
yes.
There is a law, and if we have provisions, they must be taken. But for that purpose, there need to be a very independent, transparent,
Yes,
and completely fair probe to identify.
absolutely.
To identify.
Independent and us,
Circumstances will
Yes.
then can be one by one examined.
yes, and responsibility placed, my lords, all the way up.
And a probe is meaningless if there is no responsibility.
Absolutely.
And it becomes only an academic exercise.
Well, our only suggestion is
Wait.
that this SIT may be headed by a former judge of this court.
Yes.
We have suggestions, of course, former Chief Justice of this court. We believe that nothing short of that will send out a message. Unfortunately, nothing short. Because despite the events of 20th, despite us mentioning it, despite our petitions being listed, yesterday a cop in Bihar uses an AK-47.
Directly on the crowd.
Manoj, we have annexed the video, the photographs also. There is an admission now by the SP.
Mind that-
There is now an admission by the SP of that district saying that we have suspended him. Now, my lords, these kind of weapons in a completely unarmed mob, which is not even stone pelting at that point in time, and the explanation given in the video, my lords, we've watched, everybody has watched it, it's running on the news, is this, that this gentleman with the AK-47 was caught in a mob, and which is completely untrue. He is in bright gear, he's wearing a helmet, he's wearing a mask to cover his face.
But we are proposing that we will give you 2-3 days.
May I say something? Plus, just one aspect of urgency, plus before my lords call upon the state. Plus, before my lords call upon the state, just one aspect. Plus,
Yeah, sorry. There's one more aspect which your lordships have taken. We've just prepared a short note. Your lordships have captured a large number of the issues. May I just hand over that note so that your lordship just sees the headings, and then I want to just make a few suggestions.
29, yours is 29.
29, I'm sorry, 20. Yours is 28.
28. If you can give it to me.
So, my lords, first and, yes. So if your lordship just takes up, I'm going to just skim over this because it captures essentially what we have stated in our petition and what your lordships have summarized. So we've given the background of the petitioner and the student protests. You know, that's important in terms of locals. He was present there, though he mentions in his petition that there was no violence directly directed against him. But thereafter, he has gone into the issues. Sorry. He's gone into and examined these issues. Now, please just go to page 3 of the note. Under the
Yes,
heading.
instance below.
Yes. Now, these instances of excessive and illegal use of force, we have categorized them. So the first is the use of the pellet guns. Your lordship will find that at page 4. And we've given what we believe are credible media reports. And we've given you the photographs as well from these particular instances of this kind of violence which has been unleashed. It's very, very, very serious, the use of pellet guns.
These are pellet guns at page 4.
Yes, at page 4.
And 5.
And your lordships will also see page 5 is a photograph.
Page 5 is photography again of pellet guns.
Yes, of pellet guns.
Then using lathi.
Yeah, then, no, but this is the heading which your lordship captured. Mr. Sankar Narayan also mentioned that
Plain clothes.
violence by police officials in plain
Plain
clothes.
clothes.
You know, that's also a very, very serious issue. And again, credible media reports which we have gathered, media grabs in terms of photographs which have been at Connaught Place, etc., which have been placed on record. That's at page 6 and overleaf on page 7. The third feature which you will find at page 7 is the use of electric batons. Your lordship will see that. So there are reports of electric shock weapons being used on protesters in Delhi. The relevant video at A9 of the pen drive annexure A14 shows an RAF personnel using an electric shock weapon against a young protester who then yelps in pain. As reported by the print, the RAF on 25th June 2026 has admitted to the use of excessive force and has prohibited the use of projectile attack gun, PAG, or pellet guns, electrical weapons and electrical shields during the deployment in the national capital. So there is a media report with regard to that also. There seems to be some realization now about this. Then paragraph, page 8, excessive force through lathi charge and tear gas deployment, contrary to settled guidelines of this honorable court. This again, we have set out the details and credible media reports where this particular, and along with the photographs, because there is a protocol which your lordship is aware of, and that appears to have been breached. Then please see this one on page 9, because this petition of ours has an all India remit. Please go to page 9, sub paragraph E, illegal threats by police to fabricate and plant evidence to deter protesters. Para 21, the police in Mumbai made an entirely illegal threat in an attempt to curtail attendance by citizens in the protests. They threatened 2 young protesters with fabricating and planting evidence on them in unrelated narcotic offences, as seen in a widely circulated video on 22nd July 2026, The relevant video from CNBC TV 18 is at B1 of the pen drive, which shows a uniformed policeman telling two young protesters, if I see you again here, then it will not be good for you. I will directly plant 50 grams of powder. Then your life is gone. You won't get bail. We are in trouble because of you all. Don't come back. And there's a report again from the Hindu titled Will Plants Drugs. Mumbai cop threatens protesting students and the police orders a probe. Thereafter, we have a further subheading, which your lordships, I think, had also indirectly flagged. Violence against women and children under a separate heading. The Hindustan Times, in an incident which took place on 20th July, in or around the protest site in central Delhi, where a senior Delhi police officer was seen slapping a woman protester without provocation. The officer was removed from the protest site due to this incident. Then, Manoj, we are part C.
Mr. Diwan,
Yeah.
incidents undoubtedly require
Yeah.
a very thorough probe.
Yeah.
There can't be any doubt about it.
Yes. So I'll just quickly.
And that probe must be to the entire satisfaction of, as we are repeating,
Yeah.
it must be an independent, fair, transparent and thorough probe.
Yeah.
What will be the
I'm grateful.
what will be the composition we will share later on.
I'm grateful.
Uh,
Manoj, we have thereafter set out certain legal principles which we believe are already established.
The only thing you will appreciate about
Yeah.
legal principle, and
Yeah.
with best of my ability as I could see,
Yeah.
there are judgments by this court
Yeah.
on certain issues, but say for example in Anita Thakur one issue arose.
Yeah.
There the principles are laid down.
Yes.
Then in another case, in Kerala matter, another issue arose.
Correct.
Police force dressed there.
Yeah.
That is principle laid down.
Yeah.
A time has come
Yeah.
when all these principles need to be collated
Yes.
and expanded.
I appreciate.
And there is a time, right time that's why we said a judicial protocol means
Yeah.
not only the composition of the directions which have been issued in the past,
Yeah.
but it will also that now in 2026, the direction in 2018,
Yeah.
to what extent it is relevant or how it is made to be more stringent in 2026. That aspect also required to be gone into.
All right. Manoj, now may I just in conclusion say two things? Manoj, I want to strongly support the suggestion which was made by Mr. Gopal Shankar Narayan a moment ago. Because there are SITs and there are SITs. I think your lordships have put your finger on it when you said that moving forward, as far as the future is concerned, eventually it will be your lordship's judgment which holds the field. But I believe the application of a judicial mind in this, associated with this SIT, because you may consider a remit not just investigating, but also, Manoj, in my respectful submission of making suitable recommendations, having regard to the.
So it will not be the judgment alone or the recommendations or the directions.
Yeah.
Probably we need to have a mechanism
Yeah.
that when such an urgency or emergency situation arises,
Yeah.
that mechanism must be activated to ensure the compliance of those directives.
That's a very fair, Manoj, suggestion. Manoj, may I take you straight away to page 18 of this note? Just see our broad suggestions, Manoj. SIT headed by a former Chief Justice of India, your lordships may consider constituting that with an all India remit. Manoj, page 18, page 18. Page 18.
Direction,
180.
head D.
Of the note.
Manoj, I think it's
Para 47.
para 40.
The final suggestion.
Yes, yes. D, yes. And then we have suggested, sorry.
This one.
Reservation of.
Hmm. Suggestions, Manoj, para 18, it's just a suggestion, but we feel that this may,
Just like B,
yes,
clause B,
yes,
right now it need to be deferred with, but it has to be.
yes, yes.
May I suggest something?
No,
Before the.
look at C.
No, we have.
Just look at C because there's slightly different aspect.
At this
Respondents to ensure that personal information, Manoj, please see, this is very important.
Maybe.
Respondents may ensure that personal information and digital data of protesters collected during the student protest is handed over to the SIT constituted in terms of para A, as suggested in terms of para A, and is not utilized for any purpose without, Manoj, other than for that authority. Respondents to ensure that CCTV footage, drone footage, body-worn camera recordings, videography, etc., logs in relation to the student process are, Manoj, they are preserved, handed over to the SIT constituted and not utilized for any purpose or by any other authority, and they be restrained. This is our request from using facial recognition technology or other similar technology for profiling of protesters, including minors. respondents be directed to take down all posters, publications and notifications identifying individuals who participated in the protests, and respondents be restrained from publishing personal data of protesters and or targeting the protesters who participated in the student protest in any other manner. Now, these are, my lords, we believe wholesome. Your lordships will take a final call on them, but I believe, my lords, interim directions are necessary at this.
Well, just 2 points
very
of
grateful.
supplementation, very short 2 points of supplementation. Well, point one, well, this has to be, as your lordship said, national, because in Bihar, the level of violence has been worse than what it has been in Delhi. I just want to flag one thing. Although yesterday,
That should not be a difficult.
well, yes,
It will constitute a high-powered investigating committee
correct.
which can take, which need to look into the incidents of violence in other states other than Delhi also.
Yes, because it's happened in 4 or 5 different states. Point one was in Bihar, one immediate thing, although yesterday, late night, Bihar government has said they're withdrawing all FIRs. What has happened is about 150 individuals, including most of them are minors, as young as 13-year-old. I have the FIR with me. I filed a writ also. Are still in custody. They have not been released. They should be released, Malas, forthwith. Because, and Malas, even, in fact, that's why I'm mentioning it, because they have been in custody now for almost more than 48 hours. They were sent to a magistrate after almost 40 hours. They were not produced before a magistrate in 24 hours. Most of them are minors. One boy is 13 years old. Most of them are 16. They have been arrested, kept in custody. They're still not released. So that should be done forthwith. And Malad, insofar as Delhi is concerned, we can hand over the paper book. But the details are in the writ, Malad. It has been filed. I'm just handing over a paper book. It's not listed today. It's been filed with a diary number. I'll take my lords through it. Just give a second. Your lordships will be surprised.
Petitions which are in filed.
It's Malad 55 of the writ which is handed over. And Malad at 55. And Malad, just one supplementary submission for Delhi, insofar as Delhi is concerned, then I'm done. Malad, in Delhi, what happened was after the initial lathi charge at Jantar Mantar, the crowds had dispersed. They were in small packs in a lot of lawyers, young lawyers also from this bar were there at the protest.
Submission is exceeding private defense right.
But Malad, exceeding private defense and Malad, once they were in small groups, they were beaten up, they were already dispersed. Then in Connaught Place, they were beaten up subsequently. Malad, I'm grateful to the court. Malad, it was exceeding private defense in the most previous form.
Apart from breach of constitutional principles.
Yes.
Of maintaining law and order.
Because they were just walking, Malad, they were just walking back and then they were beaten up. Then they were beaten up.
Four issues. One is, I filed an intervention on behalf of a person called Junaid Malik, who was supplying.
So that's a separate issue. That's a
who was
separate issue.
supplying
One
food,
was
my lord.
distributing food, Malad.
Just
I think we
He
can,
is not a victim.
I
of
think
any-
we can finish before the amicus
Just
starts.
saying, what happened?
Who is Amicus?
This person was supplying food
So there is no Amicus.
to
I'm
the,
sorry.
No, we are not
we
talking.
have filed an
My
application
friend is appointed.
in Manoj Jha's petition on behalf of Junaid Malik, my lord, pointing out that he was picked up by the police, taken blindfolded, taken to Mussoorie and dropped on a highway there. His whole family was picked up and they were being asked, how are you supplying food? Who is funding you? This, that and the other. So therefore, this was totally illegal on the part of the police to do all this. That also needs to be investigated. And one other matter which is very, very serious. A truck,
Mr.
a
Bhushan,
full
that's
truck
why-
full of stones.
That's why we are saying that all these issues which are multiple issues which are being raised, ultimately with these will have to be raised before a kind of a high powered, we call it commission, we call it a
Yeah.
committee, we call it a SIT, whatever nomenclature may be. And all these issues then need to be issues need to be formulated and probe to be conducted based upon that.
Yes.
And it should be very scientific, evidentiary based.
Madam?
Not with simple prima facie finding. so that things can be taken to a logical conclusion.
Correct, correct.
Well,
I'm saying that one more thing. There was a truck, large truck full of stones, which came to be parked at the Jantar Mantar site on the gate of Jantar Mantar at 4 a.m.
But
On
that truck, who is
20th.
owning and disowning, because they are also saying that truck was brought by the.
All right.
No, they're not saying that. They're not saying
The
that.
police-
They don't know.
It's an admission.
They don't know where it came from.
We have a video where there's an admission that it was brought by the police.
Can I, Melissa, 2 minutes?
Protesters.
Okay.
Needs to be
2 minutes.
My lord, can I get 30 seconds, please?
Unheard.
Yeah.
Correct.
My lord,
It's,
said a truck that can pass through all those police cordons.
Which stones?
The investigation will take place. If they are saying they don't know how it came, the place had more police than I have seen in one place in my lifetime in this city.
No, Melissa.
The police that can pass through so many cordons of Delhi police, it actually, there are more questions than answers.
absolutely.
Well, it's 2 or 3 minutes, because I made a note,
Hey.
which I'm not reading. Just 1 second, please, sir. I want to just give a classification, which is not given.
Your two-page note, if you can give it to me.
I'll give it to you despite your sarcasm, Mr.
yes.
Mehta.
We don't know who is
You should
appearing.
practice
Sir, ma'am.
more legal language and less sarcasm, but you'll have the note anyway.
Yes. No,
Yes,
you-
yes, yes.
We don't know who he's appearing for.
Oh, that we know, we know.
Oh.
Now, Melits, I only want to highlight the classification I've done. The first is 6 states UT. Now, Melits, these are video recorded. The first para, third line, I would beseech my lord to see the pen drive we have filed. Annexure 15. I'll take only less than 3 or 4 minutes. The second is a state-wise compilation of news report, and this is important for classifying it. I think this is a useful class. AK-47 is the pages given in Bihar with the details.
I think he came late.
Number 2, now,
Just ignore him.
sarcasm number 2. Doesn't matter, Malas. My learned friend is now habituated. He's a habitual offender. I hope he has a better argument than interrupting me with repeated sarcasm, because I'm not deterred.
He doesn't have that.
I have become thick-skinned after hearing his sarcasm, Malas.
Yes.
Now, use of pellet guns is number 2.
But this has all been. pointed
No,
out.
no, I have divided it, Malas, in the pages. Your lordship may see civil dress. These are all divided. Now, Malas, okay, very well. Then, Malas,
Pointed out all the
Everything is.
right. Then, Malas, the sections I've given, look at the 2 judgments at the back, Malas, Anita Thakur and Ram Leela.
We have already.
Very well.
What should we now go by here, victims? My lord, only one suggestion to make.
You said this is.
My lord, only one suggestion to make. We filed a writ petition before the Honorable High Court.
No, Manoj, I want to show some.
Notices have been issued for September.
Lord, kindly see.
That also out here, because the issues are now essentially the same.
See,
I was wrongly informed, but I'm
All the
sorry.
questions
I
were
asked my
right.
learned friend what is not covered. I was not told that these 5 points are covered. I'm sorry, my apologies. Malas.
essentially covered by.
Very well, very well.
And Dr. Singh, all of you will appreciate one thing.
Yes.
Despite our best efforts, if we start looking into these question of facts, we will not.
Not individual cases, Malas. I'm saying look at the disproportion and the brutality and the scope. Therefore, lordship needs something very pointed, independent, objective is the main thing, not a departmental inquiry by.
Most conservative language if you use.
Yes.
We can say that a prima facie case of an independent probe is made out.
Yes.
That's what we are saying.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So, rest
And the
is that.
independent is very important, Malas.
My lord, I remain completely silent because.
my lord,
whatever
kindly
the lordship
preserve
has
all
said
the
has been
electronic
said.
evidences, my
That
lord.
was the right thing to be said.
At least while hearing the victims,
I may
before the
get a
state.
precedence before him.
No, no, I'm not, no.
Mr. Nedum Prize in Delhi. Mr. Nedum Prize in Delhi, we must feel his presence.
No, my lord, I only supported what your lordship said. Because I didn't open my mouth because what the initial few words your lordship said was the right thing. Here I am in complete agreement with the court, in admiration of the court. There are many areas I am in difference with the court, but today your lordship took a very valid, very balanced, practical view. The Supreme Court has limitation. Today in the Hindustan Times, an UK judge, George, has said the Supreme Court limitations of Article 32. The court has other business also. Though I am here, I am with the students. I am with the injured. But at the same time, the stand which your lordship took is absolutely correct. Article 32 has limitation. Your lordship has burden with some regular matters has to be heard. So, my lord, all this, your lordship's suggestion is completely correct and only the wisest thing to be done. I completely in agreement with it. And my lord, my kudos to your lordships.
Thank you. Yes,
My lord,
My lord, just 30 seconds, my lord. I want to raise the issue of the journalists. They were
petition
brutally
has been
beaten.
already filed in the High
My
Court.
lord,
Notices have been issued for September. The preservation of the entire material has also been ordered. So as far as that preservation is concerned, that could also continue as an order out here, and that can also be
Mr. Aryan,
brought out here.
What happened yesterday
There'll be
when the matters
multiplicity, my
came?
lord.
Yesterday when the matters came, the registry also pointed out and someone from the member of the bar also pointed out that the Delhi High Court is already seized of the.
Yes.
Only Delhi.
We would have said that, all right, let all the matters go to Delhi High Court. But for the reason that the incidents of other states are also.
Yes.
So your lordship can call for the Delhi matter here
So if need be, Delhi matter, we will bring here.
with the interim orders which have been passed for preservation. That may continue.
Can be transferred.
That we will do, or ultimately, because the comprehensive
Yes, yes. I am in agreement with that, my lord.
Order.
That's not an issue.
and what we are proposing as of now and what is going on in our mind, that will take care of the issues pending in Delhi High Court.
Yes.
So there will be no requirement of repeat proceeding.
So therefore, my lord, that can be called here and decided here.
Yes, Mr. Solicitor.
My lord, I am appearing for the central government and for the state of Delhi. My lord, I am not appearing for other states.
Take the mic.
Lord, so far as, my lord, as I have understood, Lord, there is one set of petitioners, my lord, who say that the students were brutally beaten. If that is so, it cannot be taken lightly and the government does not take it lightly. The students have a right to protest peacefully, and if anyone has violated the law of the land, he must be punished and punished to your lordship's satisfaction. That is number one. There is another set, my lord, where the police officers are before your lordships. For example, my lord, Mr. Potaraju's case,
Family members, my lords, have given the IE.
well, he is a police officer having some stitches, etc. And I have the figure that there are 250 policemen who have received injuries, my lord. So we also, my lord, as a state cannot do anything which may demoralize the police. But at the same time, it would be one truth, another truth, and the truth. The truth should come before your lordship.
Interrupt you for a second.
Yes, my lord.
There are 200 odd whatever police officers who have received, who have been injured or caused injuries to them. Again, here the issue need to be further bifurcated, and that can be done only through a probe. What that issue will be, that for these attacks or on the police officers or police officials or indulging in violence against them, is it done by the students who start?
I don't think, my lord, students would ever do that.
Because they came for a peaceful education.
I don't think, my lord, I share your lordship's view. Maybe some
antisocial
miscreants must have, my lord, penetrated into the student movement. My lord. Some miscreants must have, I don't think, my lord, students would do that. And, my lord, that is my subject to, my lord, ultimately investigation would reveal. But my feeling is also, no student, my lord, would ever do that. But miscreants, as your lordships have rightly said, there are uninvited guests who become, my lord, thereafter co-hosts without the host knowing about it. So, my lord, there may be miscreants, my lord, who may have taken, and we have, my lord, some data which will place on record, my lord, about the miscreants, not about the students.
Mr. Solicitor, there is always a danger of discrediting a peaceful movement.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly, my lord. There were people found, my lord, who are carrying murder charges, my lord, who are carrying rape charges, etc. My lord, we will place everything on record, my lord. NDPS charges, etc., etc. Yes. Lord, I fully, my lord, bow down to your lordship's suggestion that it has to be independent by a neutral, independent investigating agency which can inspire confidence amongst the stakeholders and in your lordships. Lord, I would not hazard, my lord, to start giving names of the judges. Their name, I have to oppose, my name, they have to oppose. That would be degrading, my lord, the majesty of the bench. If at a particular stage your lordship finds.
For us, there is absolutely no difficulty. Few names, if they go in your mind, you can give on a piece of paper.
Not your lordship,
give it
we
on a-
avoid doing that.
We'll give it on a piece of
Lordships
paper
will
rather
avoid
than naming them.
I've got 3 names which
No,
your
no,
lordship can
that's
see.
rejected. Mr. Bhushan's name is not accepted.
Right.
I'm very clear about it.
All right.
I am dealing with students and not with Mr. Bhushan or his clients.
Right.
I would leave it to your lordship's discretion rather than suggesting.
Of course, your lordship's discretion, but I am saying that since your lordship asked, I have given names of 2 former chief justices. of this court.
No, I don't think anybody can have an objection, a former Chief Justice
not
of India.
undertake this exercise and exercise your own discretion. Activism after. So, my lord, my lord, I would not hazard, my lord, that. I would leave it to your lordship's discretion at a stage when your lordship finds it necessary. So, my lord, in nutshell, my lord, I am with students. I do not think, my lord, students would have perpetrated any crime. And if students have suffered, my lord, in any manner, whether as alleged or otherwise, the perpetrators, my lord, must be brought to book. As per your lordship's satisfaction, government is ready, my lord. Your lordships may appoint a committee. But before that, kindly give me couple of days, my lord, to place my facts on record so that your lordship would have a holistic picture. And thereafter, we would not oppose to anything. At a particular stage, if your lordship feels everything needs to be supervised by some former judge or former, my lord, I would leave it to your lordship's discretion to select the name. My lord, I would not like, my lord, my name to be opposed by them or their name to be opposed by me. That would not be, my lord, in good taste. So, and when we leave it to your lordship's discretion, my lord, that's the most fair thing, my lord, which a litigant can do. So, my lord, and I am not appearing for other states. Your lordships may consider taking other states also, my lord, calling them here, and my lord, wherever the instances have happened. And so far as Mr. Hariharan's prayer is concerned, my lord, I entirely leave it to your lordship's discretion. If your lordship feels it needs to be transferred here, I have no difficulty. If
Says there is already a Delhi High Court order
it can continue with,
preserving the data and evidence.
otherwise also we are preserving, we have to preserve it, my lord, for whatever investigation is to be.
That are there
order can
other states other than like NCP Delhi is there?
We have Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar,
Just a minute, we are repeating. NCP Delhi, Maharashtra, Bihar,
Maharashtra.
Gujarat,
Yes.
Assam, West Bengal, Kerala also.
Kerala also.
Kerala also.
Kerala also.
Kerala
And Bihar.
Kerala में तो कुछ नहीं
Bihar is there.
Assam. No, Kerala, there was an incident.
Even if your lordships have gone through the entire.
I don't think
If your lordship finds any other state, that also may be called, my lord.
They
We
are
not
parties.
against-
They are parties in the petition. All the states are parties. In any event, in the larger issue, at whatever point, they will have to be also heard.
To all of them.
Yes.
All
Overall, yes.
states coming here makes it,
But the
makes it, my lord, it's a complete recipe, bringing all states here. That matter is not smoothly functioning. But not 80, 20, 30 lawyers appearing, etc.
We are only
My lord,
as of now.
Kindly hear us, my lord, for 30 seconds, my lord.
We are going to request the Advocate General to appear online or to
Yes.
come in person, so far as these states are concerned. For the remaining states, for the purpose of laying down the mandatory guideline, that notice will go. That
I have no difficulty. my lord.
for the time being, because we need to constitute some high-powered committee or commission for inquiry. For that purpose, we need to issue notice to 5-6 states.
My lords, may I just mention
My
one?
lord, my lord,
just-
my
just
lord,
one-
here
one-
just one
one
point, my
second.
lord, regarding the journalists, my lord.
Just 1 second, I'll.
One more small.
My lord, during the protest,
My lords,
journalists
the
were
order
brutally
of the
beaten,
Delhi High
the cameras and
Court
mobiles
talks
were
about
snatched,
preservation
their
of
clothes were
CCTV
torn,
footage.
they were brutally beaten, my lord. Some women journalists were
My lords,
misleading,
I'm
madam.
just making,
Based on record that order.
My lord, we will place.
the order is here. Mr. Hariharan can place that on
Mr.
record.
Hariharan can-
It's here, my
I'll
lord.
place it.
Please. My lords, can I just make a suggestion? What would also require to be preserved are the logbooks. Please pass this over to the court. What would also require to be preserved are logbooks, general diary register. My lords, tomorrow I will show through my pellet gun petition where the two victims who are the students, young people who've been targeted with
preserved.
pellet guns, the logbooks of police stations. the general diary, who is requisitioning the logbook of arms and ammunition? If these are not directed to be preserved, they can either disappear or be weeded out.
We are issuing some direction.
Please, my lords.
I think that is.
My one simple request is this, that in the criminal investigation, I'll just take 10 seconds. I'll just take 10 seconds. In a criminal investigation, there is some urgency. I'm only saying that, my lords, waiting for some more time before an investigation is directed. Your lordships are aware.
We have to hear all of you.
No, no, my lords, only after that, my lords, only after that.
My lord, I have one suggestion. The Delhi police portal allows e-registration of only offences which pertain to theft. Now, these kind of offences, your lordship would give directions, because all these children, to expect them to go to police station separately in relation to lodging of a report, that could be considered. That the portal be
I'll
open, at
take
least
instructions for it.
they be in a position to at least give the reports.
Even under
Because-
BNSS, even today, as per the BNSS architecture, within 24 hours, you have to go to the police station to sign.
That is the problem.
The FIR doesn't get registered.
That is the problem, my lord.
We are, I think, deviating from the main.
I'm talking about the portal.
Yes, sir.
Lordship, sir, lastly, my lord, the family members of the men in uniform whose serious injuries have been, Lordship, may kindly give me 30 seconds, my lord. Let me just point out few things from my application. Lordship, I've handed over the extra copies. The application is numbered. Lordship, may kindly see page 7. I've made a specific prayer, my lords. Lordship would have the prayer. This application is registered as 21610 IA number. It's already on record. Lordship would kindly see page 7. Prayer C, my lords. Lordship now are taking a holistic view as members. Page 7, para C is the prayer, my lord, specifically. Issue necessary directions to ensure accountability is fixed on the persons responsible for instigating, abetting, and inflicting violence on the law enforcement body. This is page 29 onwards, head injuries, my lord.
Sharp as a
This
weapon.
is definitely something
They are on both sides.
which is
Only
orchestrated.
case of sharp as a weapon, I think.
Yes, my lords.
Yes, there are
In fact, the granite stones and the footpath stones were removed. They were sharpened and thrown at them. In fact, one of the officers' family members told me he was wearing his regular cap. It pierced it on the injury at page 29. He is after the cap. So this is the seriousness of the assault on the men and women in uniform without any difference between women officers and men officers. The assault has been very
Go
orchestrated.
into the protocol of police controlling large gatherings.
They must have the protective gear or
Protective gear.
they, I think,
What
had,
happens-
but I'll place it on.
When
41, my
the
lord.
face,
Page 41
go out
is
of control. Then
completely
the
available.
defensive gear is more important than the offensive gear.
Your lordships are right.
Yes,
I-
because
I'm
we
grateful, my
we didn't have any gear at all. They perpetrated this on us.
unarmed. I think the
Well, we'll place that also on record, but I,
page 41 lordships
The
have
human
said-
agency
Absolutely.
at
Absolutely.
play.
No, no, I just want to clarify one thing.
When you see the disproportionate
Yes.
use of force,
There will be,
towards the submissions made
Correct,
that it
correct.
was orchestrated
Yes.
or programmed.
Yes.
Let us not go into that.
No, no.
But when it is a matter of moment decision,
yes,
if I have a helmet, I take a few minutes more to use the tear gas
Correct.
than if my officers or my
It's a human thing.
people
It's a human
don't
thing.
have helmets. That time lag helps to control the mob better.
no, I just want one last point that I want to
that
make,
also
make
I will
clear.
sit on record, and that is also a matter of concern for the state. Yes, sir.
In fairness, there's one submission I need to make. That there were large number of police and RAF deployment there. I don't think any of us are accusing all of them of these offenses. There were many who did a very good job. There were many who found it difficult but did a good job because you have a large number of people there. So this is not a finger pointing exercise by us against the entire police force. It is saying that while you were there, all of you, You saw those out of uniform who were assaulting us and you did nothing or very little to regulate or stop them. These are things that need to be looked at. The second thing, one last thing, Manoj, is that one of the prayers that were made is regarding the surveillance footage that they have taken. They were sitting in vans with banks of screens there where face recognition software was used.
Lordship, I am
Now,
presenting
this, yes,
Lord, we are.
there's a problem. There's a problem here right now. I don't know why he has to interrupt unless he has something to be afraid of. The facial recognition software has been deployed against those who were the protesters there. They have identified the individuals, they have collated them with their Aadhaar, and now they're getting notices and SMSs from the police saying that we saw that you were there. Please come and give an explanation. Now, this profiling,
May I answer
profiles
this?
cannot continue.
Only a minute, please.
My lord,
May I answer this? I'm not shouting and I'm being decent. So that should not work to my disadvantage.
Lordship, I am presenting item number.
Lord, it should not work to my disadvantage. Would your lordships like to know, my lord, what
No
is
fear.
attitude?
No
I
fear.
have the figures. I'll place it on affidavit.
my
In
lord, can I get 30
Bihar, a
seconds?
list has been published in newspaper with photographs of all people who participated. Many of them are minors. Many of them are minors. Malad, this is not on, Malad.
Lordship, I am presenting item number.
My lords, may I get 30 seconds, my lord, with respect?
Lordship, kindly see, annexes number 73 to 77, please, Lordship. There is a lot of pictures and photographs, and already I deposited the pen drive. No, Lordship, I am just seeking here the one thing, Lordship, this entire witnesses are the very important.
My lord, I am appearing in diary number 45025. Can I get 30 seconds, my lord? My lord, page number 24 of my prayer, if my lords have, my lord.
The several instances of violence that took place during the recent protest by the youth, whom are mostly students, at Jantar Mantar, stroke other places in Delhi, and which ultimately spread to other states like Maharashtra, Bihar, Gujarat, Assam, West Bengal, and Kerala. Sir,
As per the petitioner. I'm not aware of
Uttar Pradesh also, as per the chart, Uttar Pradesh also.
And Madhya Pradesh, Lordship also.
I don't have material.
the allegations in some substance, the allegations are that excesses have been committed in violation of the fundamental rights guaranteed in the Article 14, 19, 21, and 22 of the Constitution. Even though the students, young students, came to protest being aggrieved by the leak of question papers pertaining to NEET examination 2026. The petitions have placed on record a multitude of instances alleging indiscriminate and excessive use of force by the police in the National Capital Territory of Delhi. That includes lathi charge, use of pellet guns, and tear gas, etc. The nature of instances highlighted in this batch of petitions indicate that one, pellet guns were used that led to injuries to the young students, including one boy allegedly losing his eyesight. 2, rubber bullets were used that caused injury to various persons, including a woman. 3, electric buttons were used to disperse the crowd. 4, lathis embedded with nails were also used, resulting in permanent disability and life-threatening injuries from the protesters outside. Even a media personnel was assaulted with serious injuries. The main paragraph, the violence was allegedly perpetrated by persons, police personnel in police or civilian dress, etc.
Because investigation.
These are all allegations in the petitions. We'll also record your.
Yes, yes,
We may at this stage also briefly refer to the version given by some of the learned ones representing the injured police personnel or their family members. Somewhat similar kind of allegations have been made by them, alleging that the protesters or some anti-social elements who entered the protest site indulged in stone throwing and other acts of violence, thereby causing multiple serious injuries to the police personnel when they were performing their duty. The photographs, the pen drive, etc. of such instances of violence have also been placed on record. Next paragraph. Solicitor of India, representing the Union of India and the Initiative of Delhi, at the outset, state that they have no objection against an independent and fair probe as proposed by this court to be held in the instances of violence. He, however, strongly refutes that any excesses were committed by the police force. According to him, there were hardened criminals and undesirable elements who entered the protest site, semicolon indulged in violence against police personnel, and police personnel causing serious injuries to many of them. More than 200 police, causing injury to more than 200 police personnel. Next paragraph. See that as it may, the allegations made by the petitioners prima facie make out a case of an independent and fair probe into the incidents of violence. So such probe will effectively address to the allegations made by the family members of the police personnel
Grateful.
or the issues raised by the Solicitor of India also. Next paragraph. However, before passing any such order on the basis of tentative opinion, we deem it appropriate in the interest of justice to grant a full time to the NCT of Delhi and the Union of India to place in report their version by way of an affidavit, along with relevant material. Similarly, we deem it appropriate to provide a brief audience to the several states where such like incidents of violence took place, and the proposed probe, as the proposed probe will include the investigation into such instances in those respective states also. Consequently, we issue notice to the Advocate General of Maharashtra, Bihar, Gujarat, or let me issue a notice to the Chief Secretaries of states of Maharashtra, Bihar, Gujarat, Assam, West Bengal, Kerala, and Uttar Pradesh, and request their respective advocates to appear online.
And the Madhya Pradesh Lordship also. And Madhya Pradesh.
To be represented, some advocate general may not like to.
Madhya Pradesh MP.
So file their appearance.
Manoj, I think to be fair, Gujarat is not, we don't have an incident from Gujarat.
Gujarat was Madhya Pradesh.
Lordship in Indore and Lucknow,
Indore, I have not heard anything from Gujarat, but I.
No, they are saying that nothing happened.
We are also saying there's nothing, we are also saying that.
We are also
Not
saying
saying.
Your Lord.
Well said.
You want to say something? What do you want to say?
As an interim measure,
Just one second.
deem it appropriate to issue the following directions. One, though it is already stated at bar by the Financial Institution of India on instructions, however, as an abundant precaution, we direct that all CCTV footage, drone footage, body worn camera recordings, videographs,
Listening, please.
wireless communication reports, and PCR logs in relation to the student protest result to be handed over to the
That is already.
National Justice Preserve. Meanwhile, the respondents to police authority shall ensure that the personal information and digital data of the protesters collected during the student protest is preserved and is not brought in public domain for the time being. The respondents may not publish any personal data details of the protesters from especially the students. Next, that is what two direction which we are proposing. Next, all the states may consider the desirability of withdrawing such cases where the offense is not found.
We do not know, my lord, what is the situation? It's the order for one.
In the states, the NCP of Delhi or other states may continue the investigation of the FIRs registered, but no coercive action shall be taken against the protesting student.
That we are not taking. Otherwise, but I am not aware of the holistic. No, I am saying, Malas, Bihar is there, they're still in custody, 150 in custody. I need an order.
Protection hours shall not be extended to the persons with criminal antecedents or the antisocial elements who are found to have persons with criminal.
Yes.
That's correct. All these states are directed to release the children below the age of 18 years who have been arrested in the ongoing student protest.
Stated to have been arrested. I am not
Who are stated to have been
arrested or detained, my lord.
Maybe below the age of 18.
who are reported to have been arrested during the student
Or detained.
Below the age of 18.
and who do not have any criminal antecedent.
Yes.
If need be, they will released on execution of simple bond by them or their family members.
Because this is one aspect. Just one aspect, because a lot of them will be 19, 20, 21. They're all students. State of Bihar has already said we are not furthering it. I just want the implementation of that
No coercive action is taken
taken against everybody, all students, except those with antecedents, except those with antecedents.
for everyone.
Or anyone arrested
Yes.
without antecedent.
I'm grateful. That's all. That's sufficient for us. That is fair enough.
That's wide enough.
That's wide enough.
Clear that there is a separate category who have antecedents.
That's not difficult. There are, I have the figures. Rape accused, murder accused, NPS accused, kidnapping accused.
That is what.
They infiltrated the whole.
Extended protection to them.
I hope
Can
and
we
trust
take
your
up this
lordship.
matter on Monday?
Monday, yes.
Hope and trust your lordship, Bellas is.
My lord, one request, kindly detect
I
my
hope and trust-
452025 diary number from this, my lord.
Lord, hope and trust about this SIT. I am saying, no, I am saying something else. Bellas. There should be, subject to my lord's discretion, a very senior lady member in that SIT.
Also.
That's very important, Bellas. Your lordship may kindly take note of it. I am not saying about names, but your lordship may kindly, Bellas, put a lady member of seniority.
Would your lordship consider issuing formal notices in our applications for the?
No, no, let.
My lord, as far as the portal is concerned, my lord, as far as.
The portal is a larger issue, my lord. Let me examine.
No, the
Yeah, we are
issue is
deviating
that
from
both
the main-
FIRs will get delayed and everything will be lost.
It couldn't be reasonable.
Some direction needs to be given in relation to that.
I do not know, my lord, why.
Let us get the recommend.
Yes, yes.
By then, my lord, as far as
So,
those complaints are concerned, as per BNSS also, those complaints will not be entertained.
Cases you can find the FIRs, you can find zero FIRs also.
So they can do
Take
that.
away at your residence within the jurisdiction, file the zero
My
FIR.
lord, they have a portal, but that portal allows only theft and nothing else.
Again, electronic architecture, they will have to go into.
I do not know, my lord, why. I am that great a point.
to all citizens and
My lord,
lords,
with
the-
very request, my lords have not considered the
My lords,
violence
the
against the
pellet matter will
journalists.
be heard separately tomorrow. We are getting the defects
But
clear.
I'm placing the Delhi High Court order.
That's a, but will make part of this.
Well,
Can
my
I?
lords,
My
it
lord-
needs some attention because two of them are undergoing treatment as we speak. They still have pellets in their bodies. If my lords can give a little bit of time tomorrow, I'm grateful.
My lords, can I make
My
a
lord-
request that the order is out today, particularly as far as the detention issue? If only if it's out today, can we use it? Order be out today.
For release of the.
lordship, and
Just need to correct it.
That's it. That's-
lordship, very important
Maybe
thing.
last time we'll try.
My lords, the
My lords-
Bihar matter.
Copy of your writ to the other side.
And a lordship, very important submissions, lordship.
My lords, with request, my lords have not
Lordship, this is
considered the
matter of
violence
the
against
peaceful
women, my
protest.
lord,
In this regard, I am
which
saying,
is-
lordship, please give the direction to the
which is
register.
reflected in diary number 45025.
Social media, because this is the entire public are the suffering.
What is this?
This is the, this is.
This hearing may be uploaded on social media. I don't know.
I am, because this direction is the very needful for the every protest. In this regard, I am.
Direction will be uploaded as any other order on our website, whoever.
Who's going to do it?
My lord, I have placed the Delhi High Court order. Lordship, I kindly have.
Plus, one of my writs was not on board today. Would my lords just consider issuing notice a common issue unless it will come tomorrow again? So my lords can just issue notice simultaneously in my writ also. Because my writ was not on board today. It's filed with a diary number. My lords can issue notice in that also. I'll serve them.
Also my rate, my lord, 45025 also not on board, my lord.
If it comes tomorrow, we will issue notice.
All right, my lords, will come. Another day then.
Tag all matters on Monday.
Right, come
Our
on,
request is
serving
now
standing
stop people to now filing more.
Of course, it won't be needed. also.
Your
It won't be
Lord, I'm
needed.
I'm placing the order of the High Court, my lord.
Because now
Lordship, I kindly have a look.
that fear of missing out.
The High Court order. I just placed it.
Lords, can we have permission to serve the standing councils? Because the usual rigmarole if we issue.
The states may be served through standing council as well.
Grateful.
Your lordship, there's also one fresh IA, that Junaid one, if that could also be listed tomorrow.
That I am opposing, seriously opposing.
Listing, I'm just requesting list.
Government of India oppose.
There's one IA, Junaid ones, Mr. Bhushan appeared in that, that may also be listed tomorrow.
Your lordship,
Just give the number, just give the number and make sure that the defects, etc. are cured.
That will. I'll get-
your lordship,
Yesterday night, 11:30, he started fighting with the registrar that list my matter even though there are defects. Now, they will bother me that should we list with, if I can't relax the rule for one case, it becomes so difficult.
We'll make sure we'll cure all the defects.
AC can be little more.
Make sure that whatever small defect, if at all.
And
it-
they will, they will of course.
If at all it is there.
Yes,
Your
yes.
lordship, even if my IA can be listed, your lordship, I am that advocate that was providing legal aid. I was helping detain students. People were being detained of all ages who were young, who had nothing to do with the protest. I went to the police station on an SOS call. I was assaulted. I was detained. I have an MLC which which records my injury. If your lordship can also take my IA tomorrow.
Filed IA petition.
IA.
That's what Mr. Gonzalez had mentioned in the morning.
That's coming tomorrow.
That is
That's coming. That's his-
Grateful. I'll give the number. I'm grateful.
That is coming tomorrow. Broadly, we will take these matters also on Monday, along with all other cases. We will issue notice whatever is required.
Please, your lordship.
Because of that, if some interim direction is also required to be issued, in addition to what we have observed today, we will do that also.
Please, your lordship. We're grateful.